guys, welcome to 2021. We finally made it. 2020 is behind us, and I'm glad to be in 2021, and hopefully it will be a much better year. We can all pray for that anyway. So today I'm going to be making, I don't know what you call them, I call them scones, other people call them elephant ears. Leave down the comment what you call them. So we're going to be making some fried scones today and putting either some powdered sugar or cinnamon sugar on them, or maybe both, who knows. But I thought that I would make some and sound kind of good. So, hey, let's get to making some fried scones here. And this is a recipe I've never used before, but it didn't sound too bad. So we're going to start off with 3 tablespoons of warm water. So I'm just going to scoop me out 3 tablespoons here. And try to dry off my little measuring spoon here. I should have put the yeast in it. So we're going to add 3 tablespoons of the dry yeast to that, and it's going to sit for a few minutes before we do the other stuff. Okay, get the little packet open here, and we're just going to put in 1 tablespoon of the dry instant yeast. And we're going to let it just kind of sit for a little bit. Oh, and I need a pinch of sugar. I'm just going to take a little pinch right out of here. There's a pinch. And it's just going to sit in there. I'm going to take my wooden handle spoon and just kind of mix it up a little bit. We want it to get frothy. So we're going to let it sit there for a few minutes and let it get frothy. So there we have it. And so what did you all do over yesterday on January 1st on New Year's Day? If you did anything exciting, hey, let me know. We stayed at home, and I just really didn't do anything important. We just kind of chilled at home and made it a lazy day for us all. So, but this has to sit for 10 minutes. So, but in the other bowl, we're gonna the bigger bowl here, we're gonna combine the 3 tablespoons of warm water, the yeast, and the sugar, and we're going to add some hot water in here, and our oils and salt, and let it set aside. So let's go ahead and we'll add 1 cup of hot water. So get me a cup here. Grab some hot water into it. I don't think it should be real hot, you know, feeling like a medium. Here's 1 cup of hot water. Okay, and I should look at my clock. Okay, to know when my 10 minutes is going to be up on the yeast. So we're going to add the hot water and our oil, which is going to be a 1/3 cup of oil. I have right here. This is 2/3, so I'm just going to cut it in half to make 1/3. And we'll dump that in there because I forgot to grab my 1/3 mixing cup or measuring cup, so that will work. Okay, and then we want a pinch of salt, so I'm going to grab just a pinch of salt into there. That didn't look like a whole bunch. There we go. A little bit bigger pinch. And then we're going to add in a 1/4 cup of sugar into that. Oh, I should have grabbed another measuring cup. I don't know why I didn't. So, I think this little scooper here is actually a 1/4 cup. Pretty close. There's a 1/4 cup of sugar. And we're just going to kind of mix that up a little bit and set that aside and wait for our 10 minutes to get up with the, look at that, it's starting to froth. Can you tell? My yeast is frothing. So we'll go ahead and let that finish and give it its full 10 minutes, and then we're going to add actually an egg into this. So we'll just wait for it. Okay, I am frothed. Really frothed. I'm going to add an egg into that now. And we're going to put it into that water. Oh, look at it. It is really frothing. I'm going to stick with wooden here. I've heard that putting metal in with your yeast, shouldn't do that. So, we're just going to, now I'm going to put that right in here with my water. So we have the yeast and that egg. Now my basic bread dough recipe I think would work for making scones too. But I went with this recipe that I found online, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Okay, so now into that we're going to be adding in our flour. So we're going to need 3½ cups of flour into that. And it said to do it gradually, so we'll just put in one at a time. Okay. So there's one, and I'm putting in the second cup here. And just get it mixed real good. I mean, who hasn't went to the fair and had an elephant ear? Or a scone? Same thing, just depends on where you live at, on what you call it. Okay. And I'm going to put some flour here on my surface area, and we're going to net it and let it rise for a little bit before we fry it up. And my husband, he likes them with peanut butter and jelly on them, or like peanut butter and syrup. Or you can just go simple and put some sugar on it, or cinnamon sugar, or powdered sugar, whatever your taste buds desire. Okay. Now this is where I have to get my hands all messy. But you do what you gotta do, you know. So I'm gonna get these up so I don't get flour all over. Okay, so I just put some flour on here. And dump it out here. Now if you wanted to make more, double it up. I'm not sure how many we'll get out of this. Should say, well, it says 12 servings on the recipe, so but I don't know how big their serving is. Let's just give it some ned here, and then we're going to put it back in the bowl and let it rise. And then we can fry them up and make our scones. Okay. And that should be pretty good. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and put some of this out of here, maybe. Put a little flour in it so it don't stick to the bottom. Little round sides there on the bowl. And I'm going to put it right there and put some, maybe a towel over it or some saran wrap and let it sit there and rise till it's about double of what it is now, and it'll be ready to make some sconies out. So make sure you stay tuned. Hey, and hit that like button. Yeah, I get into my cooking, don't I? Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, definitely. Okay, as my son behind me says. Okay, guys, my dough is doubled in size. We're going to make some scones, or scones, or elephant ears, whatever you call them. My husband said, where I'm from, they call them scones. Okay, where I come from, they call them scones, or elephant ears. So, whatever you want to call them, whatever it may be. So, I've got here my dough, and I'm going to take it and put it on my floured area here. And just kind of net it a little bit here, a bit more. And I've got my oil over here heating up. Should be pretty hot. In fact, I turned it down because I was getting a little bit too hot. Okay, so we're going to take over like a ball size, depending on how big you want to make them. And I just kind of stretch them out like that. Get them a good stretch. And kind of like that. Okay, and stretch it out a little bit more here. Almost like a mini pizza, right? Okay, that should be okay. And then I'm going to got me a knife here. I'm just going to put a couple slits in it. Kind of like that. And we have it in the hot oil. See if I can get him over here. And it's cooking. And it's not going to take very long. You get one side browned and flip it over. Be real careful. You don't want to splash hot grease on you because that would hurt, right? Grease burns are owies. So, just letting it fry up there. And flip it over again. Be real easy. Best to do one at a time. Now I've made up some cinnamon sugar, so I'm going to put this one in cinnamon sugar. Like I said, my husband, he likes them with peanut butter and maple syrup, and they're good that way. Some people like them with powdered sugar on them. Some like with butter and jam. Hey, it's however you want it done. Okay, so I've got it here. Looks like that, and I'm just going to flip it over here on the powdered sugar. And it looks like I'm ready for another one here, so I'll make one more. And this one could maybe be the hubby's with the peanut butter and syrup on it for him. Can be his nice little before dinner brunch for him. Okay. Just stretch it out here. And put a couple slits in it. And get it in the hot grease. And let it cook. And I'm going to come over here. And look at that. A perfect scone elephant ear. And flip that one over. You just want to make sure that it's not doughy. They take no time at all to cook. So the biggest time is letting your bread time to rise. This here was probably 2 hours. Wasn't too bad. And flip it over. But I mean, I can't wait to bite into this. It looks so good. It's kind of like a giant donut, too, right? And that one's about done. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. That looks pretty done right there. There we go. So that one I'm going to butter for the hubbies and put some peanut butter and syrup for him. And this is the other one with cinnamon sugar. And hey, if you have powdered sugar, you want to put powdered sugar on it. It's your scone, your scone, your elephant ear. And you can put on it whatever you want. So anyway, if you liked the video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, share the video, and subscribe. And you can help me make, or watch me make, or make them yourself, great foods like this. Hope y'all have a great one, guys. It's a Saturday. Make yourself some scones. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.